Hey everybody, Pete here with the Golf Paradigm and the blog, The Golf Underground. There are thousands upon thousands of books out there in the world, and the internet, and wherever else you want to look, on how to improve your golf game. And you can get lost in trying to find one that works for you. So what I've done is I've broken it down into a couple different segments. You can check out each one, you can check out all of them, but you're going to find a few things, if not a lot of things in these books I'm about to show you that will help you improve and get the most out of your game. So the first deals with your swing, and it's written by Allistair, Cochran, and John Stobbs. It's called Search for the Perfect Swing. This is an unbelievably comprehensive book. It talks about how to map out a golf course for your strengths and weaknesses, how to hit draws, how to hit fades, axes of rotation for some of the more detailed, mechanically inclined people. This book was written 5 decades ago, and it was talking about D-plane, launch angle, angle of attacks, axis, spin axes, everything. Way back then, way ahead of its time. An unbelievable book. I highly, highly recommend this one be in every golfer's library. For your golf clubs, How Clubs Really Work and How to Optimize Their Designs, written by Frank Werner and Richard Greig. Now this book was written by 2 PhDs, so it's going to be very, very detailed, technical oriented. So if you're mechanically inclined, you're going to find it probably a very comprehensive and easy read. If you're more creative minded, you might find it a little more difficult. Whichever you are, you're going to find a ton of information in here. How to make up your set, what lofts they should be, what lengths, what stiffness is, in other words, frequency, cycles per minute, on and on and on. Just an awesome book filled with a ton of information. As far as the body's concerned, what we put in our body plays a major role on our ability to focus for 18 holes. We're out there 4 to 5 hours. And I have not found really a book better than Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. This book was actually written back in the 20s and 30s by a dentist named Weston Price. Dr. Price went around the world studying indigenous cultures, and what he found was that their diets that were basically off the land led to basically 0 cavities, hardly any cancer rates, hardly any heart disease rates, vitality. Everything of the elderly was unbelievable and off the charts compared to regular society. So if you want to know more about that, check out Weston Price's book, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. As far as your brain's concerned, how you learn, etc., etc., I highly, highly recommend The Art of Learning by Josh Waitzken. Josh was the inspiration for the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer. He was a child prodigy in chess and went on to become world champion. And then when he kind of got bored of beating everyone up in the chess world, he took the same principles, fundamentals that he discovered, learned, etc., as far as learning is concerned, and he applied them to push hands, which is a form of martial arts. And guess what? He went on to become world champion in that as well. So this book is filled with information on how you can do that and then apply it to your game. And then last but not least, how to practice. How do you peak when you have that important tournament? If you're a pro golfer, how do you peak for a major? If you're playing your club championship, how do you practice and train so that you're peaking just at the right time? If you're working with kids, should your kids specialize in one sport, or should they play multiple sports? When should they specialize? On and on and on. How much should you train in the off season? How much should you take off? All those things are addressed in this unbelievable book called Periodization of Training and Methodology. This was written by Dr. Greg Haff, who's one of the world leaders in research and development on training in sport, and Tudor Bompa, who is head of the Romanian Sports Institute. Some of you may remember in the 70s and 80s when Romania showed up to the Olympics or the World Championships, they were basically given the gold medal, and Tudor was largely responsible for that. How to train, and so you're extremely prepared to the best of your ability, is all planned out in this. So in season, out of season, the shoulder seasons, how to gear down, how to gear up. Should you take off for the entire off season? Should you train a little bit? This book will explain how to do that, and it will even help you map it out. So those are 5 books. I'm sure you're going to find a ton of information there. They're all going to help your game. Check those out. If you have some of your own, put them in the comments below. We'd love to hear about them. Thanks for joining us.